My account on X has been suspended. For you to understand what really happened, I need to give you a bit of context. Yesterday, when the Gamescom show aired, I was making a bunch of tweets about the show, and one of the tweets I made was criticizing the show because they were making the hosts of the show old women. Essentially, more or less. I am not going to go into details about that. In a further video, I am going to go actually into the details, but this is about the mass report campaign that I am suffering. So a lot of people didn't like the post that I made where I said that essentially I don't want old women hosting gaming events. And the host itself, she didn't took this lightly and she quote tweeted me and all sorts of shenanigans happened. The thing is that a lot of simps, a lot of people, mostly simps, came to the defense of the host and they spammed me constant death threats, a shit ton of death threats. I have a ton of people that I had to report yesterday. A guy even tried to dox me. Like, the people became really rage-fueled, irrational just because a post that I made that they didn't like. With that anger comes not only the death threats, but the false reports or the mass reports campaign. And one of my old posts was reported and my account was immediately suspended with no chance to appeal. Usually when you get a post that supposedly violates the community rules, you get the chance to appeal, and usually I am able to appeal, and really like 99% of the time my appeal actually goes forward and my account gets unlocked. But this time around I don't even get a chance to defend myself. And this is the post that they reported and I am going to read it to you. This is a quote. You need to understand, this is not a post, a single post. There is a whole context for this conversation. This is not the only post of that conversation, but this is the post they are suspending my account for. I am quoting a person that I am talking to, and his name is Bioki, and I said to him, and depending on the type of physical violence she exerts, in example number 2, you should be able to even put her. Let's say she grabs a knife and tries to stab you. Clearly, I am talking about a case of self-defense. Clearly. In no way, shape or form I am encouraging violence or I am encouraging this behavior as a normal behavior. In no way, shape or form I am trying to glorify or express a desire for harm or violence. I am not. I am literally talking about an hypothetical scenario. That's what I am doing. And somehow this is what makes my account suspended. Now, before, like I said, I have been falsely reported before about some stuff that I said in the past. And once again, the people that do this, they usually report posts like this to take them out of context. And when you appeal them, you usually get your account unlocked, because then an actual person reviews the post and see that the post is being falsely reported, because there is more context or there is nuance to the post that you made. Now, I am not able to appeal this, so I had to send a report to the help center, so maybe they can do something about this. Now, if this literally ends my X account, I am done with X. I am done with that shit platform then. Because the reality is that X is filled with this type of scenarios. I don't understand how is it possible that your post gets your account immediately suspended like this without the chance for appealing the decision. Why is that an automatic system can immediately suspend your account without a person reviewing what is being reported? Why? This is stupid. This is the result of a mass report campaign. Now, I am telling you right now, they are coming for my YouTube. I know how these people operate. These people are fanatical. Whenever you go against their cults, this is how they operate. And they get mad when you call them fanatics, when you call them zealots, when you call them cultists. But this is what they do. This is how they proceed. This is how dishonorable these people are. They make false accusations. They falsely report you. They send you death threats, tons of death threats, just because I said I don't want older women as hosts in gaming shows. Holy shit, the fucking crime. Like I said, their next target is my YouTube account. So this is what I need you to do. If you ever got any value from my content, if you like my content, what you need to do is this. You need to go and share this video on X. You need to quote, support, and X. That's what you want to do. You're going to put at X or @support, and then you're going to say that people falsely reported my account and you're going to link to this video. That's the first step. We need to be able to make them listen, because this is a false report. In no way, shape or form I encouraged, incited, threatened, glorified, or expressed a desire for harm or violence. It was literally an hypothetical scenario. I was never encouraging this. Now, after you do that, because I truly need your help, guys. That's the only way this is going to work. You need to go and subscribe to my Odyssey or my Rumble. You need to do this. These platforms like X, YouTube, etc., these mainstream platforms are really weak. People like me cannot exist in these platforms, or not for very long. So if you want to keep seeing my content, you need to start using Odyssey and Rumble. You need to understand, if they get to my YouTube, this is done. And this is done not because I don't want to keep doing content. This is done because you guys are not willing to bend the knee a little bit and go and watch on Odyssey and Rumble. What is the incentive for me to keep doing content if no one is going to watch it on Rumble and Odyssey? Because you guys refuse to go there. I have like 560 subscribers on YouTube, but only like 60 in Odyssey and Rumble. Like, what the fuck? You need to understand, if they get to my YouTube account, if they make it possible to destroy my YouTube account, then that's it. That's it, guys. And if you don't go to Rumble or Odyssey, and if you don't actually support me on those alternative platforms, I don't see a way in which I can continue to make content. Because even if I don't make money out of this, what is the point of talking to a fucking wall? What is the point to screaming to the void? What is the point? So if you truly want to keep seeing my content and you get value out of it, I really recommend you to immediately go and subscribe into Rumble or Odyssey, because I don't see a future for myself in YouTube. I don't think so, because YouTube is a platform that is completely censored, and just like they did this on X to me, they can do the same on YouTube. They can do literally the same. You need to understand that the only reason these platforms can get away with this is because you keep supporting them. That's the reason. And because you refuse to use alternative media, alternative platforms. Back then, a ton of years ago, the alternative media was to come to YouTube. Well, that's not the case anymore. YouTube is mainstream media. X is mainstream media. Instagram, TikTok, mainstream media. The alternatives right now are Rumble, Odyssey, etc. And you have to make the switch. You need to switch. This is the only way you are going to be able to recover free speech. This is the only way, guys. So essentially, what I am asking you, in short, too long didn't read, go to X, go to your X, make a post, quote X, quote @support, say that they unfairly suspended my account, and link this video. That's what I am asking you, but also go ahead and please lift your ass, do something for once, create a Rumble account if you don't have one, create an Odyssey account if you don't have one, and support my content there. That's the only way you're actually doing something. Listening on YouTube is not a great idea. I don't see a future for my channel on YouTube, because I know these people are going to come for it. They are going to come to get revenge because they didn't like a single post that I made. I know how these cultists operate, and the problem is that these platforms facilitate to these lunatics, these fanatics, to get away with it. So I completely see a future, maybe really near future, maybe in a few hours, where my YouTube account is gone. So once again, if you value my content, help me out, share this video on X, subscribe to my Rumble and my Odyssey. Other than that, if they get to me, that's it, guys. That's it. I can't justify making videos for a void. I can't. If you all of a sudden don't see my channel tomorrow, maybe in a few hours, you know what happened. You know that they mass reported me. There was a mass report campaign against myself, and it all happened because I said I don't want old women as hosts in video game shows. That was my crime. But anyway, I hope you guys can help me and support me and do what I asked you to do. I need your help. That's the end.